At least this movie isn't an Ice Age 6. Spies in disguise! Whoa, I'm human again. Hooray! That would have been uncomfortable to do this entire review in pigeon form. Directed by Troy Quane and Nick Bruno, and is the 2019 Blue Sky Studios animated spy movie. So, Spies in Disguise tells the story of the world's awesomest spy, Lance Sterling, who is literally the James Bond of this universe, and one day a young scientist, Walter Beckett, unintentionally transforms him into a pigeon. A spy movie was inevitably going to have the concept of a homing pigeon in it one of these days. So it is up to the two to work together to change Sterling back to his human form so that he can save the world from the villain Killian. Spies in Disguise was a movie when I initially heard about it, I didn't think much of. Sure, it was an original property from Blue Sky and not another Ice Age sequel, which I'm all for, but it didn't look like it has the pizzazz of Ice Age or the Peanuts movie to me, or even the first Rio. But then my optimism skyrocketed when I heard the overwhelmingly positive reception for it, with critics and moviegoers going as far as calling it one of the best, if not the best, Blue Sky Studios movie. I was going into this movie with my fingers crossed that I would come out stating that Blue Sky have truly returned to form, and have they? Am I with the majority or not? I'm afraid not entirely. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Spies in Disguise is not all of the movie that I think everybody says this is. This is, to me, the most overrated Blue Sky movie. Not that it's their worst. Hell no. I would still take it over Ice Age Collision Course and Ferdinand any day. But to me, some critics calling this Blue Sky's best is rather an overstatement. To me, this doesn't hold a candle to the first Ice Age, and certainly not the Peanuts movie. If you are in the Spies in Disguise lovers camp, then that's terrific. But for me personally, this is just one of Blue Sky Studios' mediocre animated features, and I doubt this will turn out the best spy movie of 2020 when I come to rank them. I am certain No Time to Die will be the greatest, but what Spies in Disguise does lack in raw emotion and ambition, it makes up for with pure fun. The character that is in the spotlight of this movie constantly is Will Smith's Lance Sterling. DreamWorks lovers will know that Will Smith's only other voice acting role is Oscar in Shark Tale. So finally he has returned to this style of acting, and he should stay with it. He more than redeemed himself after playing that abominable looking CGI genie in the shitty Aladdin remake last year. And I confess, the "don't you throw me off this roof" joke did crack me up just a little. Lawrence Sterling is the most kick-ass parody of all movie spies. He is a spy that you would literally just see, and you would immediately be motivated to sign up for the Spy Academy. Karen Gillan's eyes, absolutely love her. Man, Karen Gillan is starring in more and more movies these days, and I couldn't be happier for her. And also Mandy, she may be the most badass character in the entire movie. First act of the movie is certainly my favourite part, as when we get to see Lance Sterling in his human form, just kicking a ton of ass. And if only the movie had just stayed like that, then this movie would have been a total blast. But if you love the moments when Lance Sterling is in his human form, you're going to be put off in the parts when he transformed into a pigeon. That is when the movie plummets downhill for me. And that plot line is far too similar to The Emperor's New Groove for me. Just replace the llama with a pigeon. And Tom Holland's character, Walter Beckett, nothing wrong with Tom Holland's voice acting, and he also stars in another animated movie this year, Onwards. But his character, Walter Beckett, was by far the blandest of the protagonists, and he has the most cliche tragic backstory in the book. Does every single freaking movie protagonist need a tragic backstory? Blue Sky played this movie's narrative far too straightforward. They took They made a spy movie into a buddy comedy when one protagonist gets transformed into an animal and they need to work together to get along and defeat the villain. I mean, sure, he's an intimidating antagonist when he's on screen, bearing in mind, because there's far too little of him in the movie. Why would a Blue Sky waste such a great villain this much? And there's not a single emotional moment in this movie that lives up to the cave scene in the first Ice Age, and there's not a single touching moment like when Charlie Brown finally confesses his love to the red-headed girl in the finale of the Peanuts movie. So Spies in Disguise will bring out the laughter from your mouth, but your eyes won't shed a single tear. So yeah, overall, Spies in Disguise, for me personally, is Blue Sky's most overrated movie and overly praised movie to grace the silver screen. I give Spies in Disguise 2 stars out of 5. Meh movie. So yeah, this review is by no means intended to spoil anybody's enjoyment of this movie, as Spies in Disguise does have its passionate fans, but I've personally seen far better from Blue Sky, but keep up the original movies, Blue Sky. You are capable of making movies like Ice Age and Peanuts movie. Well, I love you guys, thank you for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and what do you think of Spies in Disguise? I'm sure 90% of you are going to be on the opposite side of me and say it's awesome, but please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'll see you next time when I continue the Harry Awards as well as my review of 1917. I hope that is the glowing masterpiece everybody says it is. And remember, movies are us. Bye guys.